Dear students, welcome to my lecture under Physical Geography. Today we will be discussing about geomorphology as a branch of physical geography. The outline of my lecture is: what is geomorphology, objectives of geomorphology, subject matter of geomorphology, why study geomorphology, and geomorphic process or processes. The main learning objectives include: at the end of the session, students will be able to explain the meaning of geomorphology. They will be able to identify the objectives of geomorphology, recognize the subject matter of geomorphology, and pinpoint the geomorphic processes. First, let's understand the terminology of geomorphology. The word geomorphology is derived from three Greek words: geo, morphe, and logos. Geo means earth, morphe means form, logos means study. Hence, geomorphology can be defined as the scientific study of landforms and the processes that shape them. Geomorphology is a very important branch of physical geography. The study of physical geography is incomplete without study of geomorphology. Geomorphology is a composite science. It is the study of landforms, including, in recent times especially, investigations into the processes that cause and alter the landforms. Geomorphological principles are very important in disciplines like physical geography, geology, geodesy, engineering geology, archaeology, and geotechnical engineering. Without the basic foundations of geomorphology, these disciplines are incomplete. Geomorphology can also be defined as the study of landforms and landform evolutions. The topic traditionally has been studied both qualitatively, which is the description of landforms, and quantitatively, which is the process based and describes forces acting on Earth's surface to produce landforms and landform changes. Today, quantitative approach is widely utilized, demonstrated by modern processes of geomorphology. There are many sub-disciplines in geomorphology, including tectonic, fluvial, storm, aeolian, floodplain, glacial, groundwater, climate, tsunami, and many others. These sub-disciplines are mainly driven by distinctions in the mechanics and dynamics involved in the processes. Engineering geomorphology is the study of how geomorphology and geomorphic processes have and may impact sites of engineered works, and typically is additional to the physical processes acting at a site. In a sense, the application of geomorphology is vital when we construct bridges, dams, and any other structural buildings. Human geomorphology studies impacts humans have worldwide on reshaping the landforms. Human beings play a very important role. They have the capacity to bring big changes into the landforms or any other natural processes. Thus, it is difficult to imagine a location or circumstances that has not been impacted by geomorphic processes. The main objectives of geomorphology includes to understand geomorphological processes of various environment to detect natural and environmental hazards efficiently, for example, earthquake, flooding, landslide, tsunami, volcanism, etc. The third objective of geomorphology is to identify various landform features and landscapes. Last but not the least, the objective of geomorphology is to identify various landforms from satellite images, coastal and river research vulnerability studies. The subject matter of geomorphology is very vast. The subject matter of geomorphology includes right from the origin of Earth, geomorphic processes, the tectonic aspects, the interior of the Earth, the external surface of the Earth, landform features that are associated with erosion, deposition, and transportation, geological timescale, and geomorphological theories. So this constitutes what is called as the subject matter of geomorphology. Why study geomorphology? The main purpose of studying geomorphology is to understand present and interpret the past. Past is a treasure for us. If we can understand the past, we will be able to understand the present, and we will also be able to understand what is going to happen in the future. That is why geomorphological study is very important. There are many geomorphic processes that are taking place on the Earth's surface. These processes are responsible for the formation and alteration of the Earth's surface. The Earth, which is today, may not remain the same over a period of time because many changes take place. Alteration happens on the Earth because of the geomorphic processes. The physical and chemical interactions between the Earth's surface and the natural forces acting upon it to produce landforms. The processes are determined by such natural environmental variables as geology, climate, vegetation, and base level, to say nothing of human interference. The important geomorphic agents include river, wind, glacier, sea waves. These agents act in different environmental conditions. Like for example, in a humid environment, a river plays an important role of erosion, transportation, and deposition. In arid environment, the same role, that is of erosion, transportation, and deposition, is played by winds. Similarly, in cold conditions such as in Himalayas or in polar areas, glaciers play the role of erosion, transportation, and deposition. And along the sea, along the oceans, or along the coastal areas, sea waves play an important role as an agent of erosion, transportation, and deposition. When river, wind, glacier, and waves act and interact with the local landform, they produce different kinds of landforms. Some of the landforms are created due to deposition, and some of the landforms are created due to erosion. So these are the three very important processes that are involved in any geomorphic process. Erosion, that is nothing but the cutting of the land. It happens in various processes. Whatever is being cut, eroded, that material is transported, and later in the low-lying areas, that material is deposited. So this is how geomorphologic processes includes three activities: erosion, transportation, and deposition. These are the products of geomorphic processes. The processes I have already told you. Erosion results into erosional landform features. Transportation, depositional landform features. Similarly, erosion, transportation, deposition, and depositional landform features. Geomorphic processes are of two types: terrestrial processes, extraterrestrial processes. Terrestrial processes include exogenetic processes, endogenetic processes. Exogenetic processes includes weathering, erosion, degradation, transport, deposition or aggradation, and mass movement. Similarly, endogenetic forces include faulting, folding, volcanism, earthquake, landslides, diastrophism, metamorphism. Weathering is of three types: physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. And apart from that, we also have the process of denudation. Thank you very much for listening to my lecture.